morning, good evening, or good day to wherever this finds you. My name is Walt, and we are here with Ellen Campbell for Ask the Editor on Keystroke Medium, where today our epic show goes to new ground and breaking into new territory as Ellen shreds your documents, and I am so excited. Good morning, Ellen. How are you?
Good morning, Walt. Yeah, it is morning. It's been an epic morning around here. Speaking of epics, we're down 2 pairs of shoes, a potted daikon. Dexter won't go in his crate, and I haven't had enough. But let's do this.
No coffee yet?
Well, just 2 cups.
So you're limiting.
I'm hitting the ground running.
Right on. Okay, so we decided, or there was discussion, and you're just going to get into it and get to shredding. I'm so excited.
I'm going to dive right in. Short of letting you guys get into my head, let me set this up for screen sharing. This is the best I could come up with, and there's no way in the world for to do this easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here. We've got 2 paragraphs, not 500 words. We had to start with 2 paragraphs. This is what the original looks like. Okay. And you can kind of skim over that. And I want to say to start with that I am not saying whoever wrote this can't write. I'm saying this is what I see in my head. And I'm not your English teacher. I'm not your English professor. I don't care for the most part about the finer parts of grammar. What I care about is making your words clear, getting you to say, making your words say what you're trying to make them say, and, get the flow, make it smooth, and make it easy for the reader to understand what you're trying to tell them. I want you to know that I think that this is but in my head, this is what it looks like. Okay, I've got all kinds of little thises and that's marked with, set off with different fonts, with asterisks, with colors. Okay, these are all things that are problems in this 2 paragraphs. We will kind of go over it a little bit. You don't need to repeat the main character's name twice in the same paragraph here. You want to try not to use that or just. Those are both on do not fly list. They're on everybody's do not fly list. They're clutter words that kind of bog down your. Okay, right here, began is also a clutter word that bogs down your document. It's not necessary for the most part to your readers that something started. You want to start the action. You don't want to tell them that you're starting the action. Your reader is already 1 step away from what's in your story. You don't want to push them another step farther back. That's what filtering is. When you talk about filtering, you want the reader to be right there watching through the glass themselves. You don't want somebody telling them what they're watching through the glass. So you don't want to tell somebody you start or that they start or begin doing something. For 2 reasons, that's on the do not fly list. And frantically is a typo here. Chasing him down with his buddies is unclear who's chasing who and whose buddies are involved. Here's where we want to get rid of Joshua Kenshi again. Had is on the do not fly list. You want to try and avoid that. That's one of those words that you use as often as you give away a kid. Okay, avoid it. Okay,
did you just say that you use that as often as you give away a kidney?
Right. The do not fly list words, the crutch words, the filter words, you want to be so sparing with them because they're necessary words that you're going to have to use from time to time. You're going to have to use them. So if you fill up your document or your story with people looking at things, when somebody needs to look at something, everybody's been standing around looking at things and nobody knows why that's important. Okay? Because you've had somebody look at your document during you had somebody looking at or like something in your story 842 times. It's repetitive, boring, and it's kind of a. Okay, the Camisori. It's the name of a ship that needs to be in italics. Okay, he entered the bar with a simple plan. That's asterisk. It's been repeated. Okay, planned. That's too close to it. You're in danger of being boring again, which is what we want to avoid. Okay, here we've got condolence, a then, which is also on the do not fly list. Here's your repeated began, and the whole thing is okay. Everything should work as planned. Again, see, the whole thing just doesn't read smoothly. What your editor is going to do for you. Oh, here's another typo. This is what you end up with. Okay. I broke down, the first sentence was way too, I shortened it. I made it a little bit more. The drunk Martian at the bar cost him an opportunity. A typo, frantically chasing him around because, chasing doesn't cost, the Martian cost the opportunity. And now, so we went from the day was getting worse by the minute for Joshua Kenshi. Not only that he just missed an opportunity to earn some credits when a drunk Martian at the bar began frantically chasing him down with his buddies, but Joshua Kenshi still had to find a new combustion chamber, the Kamasori. Okay, do we really understand what just happened there?
I'm a little confused.
This is what edit does. The day was getting worse by the minute for Joshua Kenshi. Not only had a drunk Martian at the bar cost him an opportunity to earn some credits, he still had to find a new combustion chamber for his ship.
That's a lot cleaner than that first run through.
It says what you want to say. It hits it flows. And I think that I captured the and started with the hook that he was trying to start, assuming that the author is a he. And then, so you can see the changes that I made. I added I rephrased in a couple places. We went from entered the bar with a simple plan, find a deal to be made, a few more credits than he began with, and most importantly, not draw attention. Okay, what does that say? Are you sure? Do you know? How many times do you have to read it to get? And now it says he'd entered the bar with a simple plan, find a deal to be made, maybe get out of there with a few more credits than he went in with, and most importantly, not draw attention. A lot of this could have been solved by reading it aloud or getting somebody to read it aloud too. You yourself can find the rough spots, but I think this is a really good example of the editing process, or at least how my mind works, what I'm trying to do. I'm not coming in here telling you ended the sentence with a preposition, don't split the infinitive, or any of that. What I care about, are we getting the point across? Are we driving the story? So that is going to be that's going to be editing. 2 paragraphs with Ellen Campbell.
Nice. And don't forget Dexter.
And Dexter. Yeah, Dexter's here too. And I've got Ribsy howling in the background where he's currently incarcerated.
And if you could just tick off that little camera icon, that way we can say hello.
Hi.
Hey, yes!
Exciting. If you have questions about that, hit me up on Keystroke Medium. We will, I think, another episode of this next time. I had several submissions that we want to go through. If this interests you, we'll do it again. If not, we will move on to something else, like what Dexter does while he's dreaming.
I read an interesting article the other day that suggests that some animal behaviorists, because yes, somebody went to college and learned that, some animal behaviorists suggest that a dog kicking in their sleep is them chasing their owner in an attempt to eat them. I don't know if I buy it.
I think that guy needs some help.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. So yeah, absolutely. As far as the editing, the 2 paragraphs goes, you can definitely see where having an editor as a sculptor to take apart. There we go. Now we're both here at the same time. Taking the manuscript apart as far as like chiseling away that excess surface area to reveal the meat of the matter underneath. Excellent display of how, because I mean, most writers, you get that diarrhea of the mind hitting the page.
To explain to you want it to be perfectly clear, so you say way too much about it and lose yourself in the. It's I see a lot, and I will make that document available so you can see the highlights, you can see the edits, you can see the paragraphs. I'll make that available on Keystroke Medium so you can look at it.
That's awesome. If you send those to me as some picture files, we can attach them right to the video, and then we can list it right into the link so that people watching the video can click and follow along.
And we'll do that too.
Folks, thank you for joining us for Keystroke Medium's Ask the Editor with Ellen Campbell. Thank you so much again for coming out and sharing some of your knowledge with us.
Yeah, anytime. Well, anytime, once a week on Tuesdays.
Absolutely. And next time we're going to talk about reading, writing, and a little bit more here on Keystroke Medium.
Thanks.